Hi, I'm Christine Haber, and in this episode I'm going to show you a couple easy ways of creating a logo, signature, or a watermark for your images. I often have my workshop clients asking me how I do this, and so in this episode I'm going to go ahead and run through a couple different ways that this can be done, so that depending on what software you're using, possibly beyond Photoshop, that you can then utilize these methods. So as you can see from this image, I have a logo as well as my website. These I tend to use when I am uploading an image to the internet or adding an image to a website where I've written an article for somebody. And then on this image I have my signature, and so this is good for people who might not print their own work, or you're printing onto aluminum or face mounting an image on acrylic. A lot of times the pens such as a Sharpie can be erased off of the aluminum by using alcohol or acetone. So this way it's permanently within the image. So the first thing I do is I create a signature, and this is my own signature, and you can use a Wacom tablet or go ahead and get a fine point Sharpie and write your signature fairly big on a piece of paper. So I did quite a few different signatures here and then chose one that I really liked and then used my smartphone and took a photograph of it, or if you have a scanner you can also scan the image. Now that I have the image, I'll go ahead and crop in a little bit tighter and go ahead and choose the selection tool and choose all of the white and delete the white. Go ahead and deselect and then go up to my adjustments to levels and modify those levels to make the image as black as possible. So there I'm left with my image, and right now it's on the background, and I can double click on this to unlock that background, and I'm going to add a new layer, press OK, and as you can see it is in a transparent. I'll go back to my original layer, use my selection tool and choose the black, all the black type. I can use the Shift key and choose each of these letters. Now that I have all of them, I'm going to go ahead and copy, Control C or Command C, and then go ahead and paste into that top layer. And as you can see, if I click on the eyeball, then we have a transparent layer. At this point, I can delete that bottom layer. And I'm left with a transparent layer, and I will save this. Actually, I'm going to resize, image size, so that it matches my other documents, 300 dpi, and I'll go ahead and save this a little bit larger than I need, but it keeps it at about 5 megapixels, so 3 inches by 7 would be a good place to save that as. And save, go ahead and save as. So signature transparent. And I want to save it as a PNG. That will retain that transparency and I can use it in different documents. Alright, so now I have my image to work with, and I'll go ahead and open a new image that does not yet have a signature on it. And I'll go ahead and open that just to show you where it's at as a PNG. Open. And I can select all, Command A, and copy and take it to my actual image and paste it. So now you can see I've got a big logo on there, signature. And if I want this to be a white signature, because down here it's going to go in the corner, so all I have to do is Command Invert, Command I. And then to change the size of it, I'll do Transform, Scale, and go ahead and drag that to the size that I want. And then drag it to my corner, and there you go. I have a nice logo there. I can flatten the image and the logo will be right there on the image. So that is one way of creating the logo and adding it to your image. And this particular way can be done in the different programs. I normally use On One Photo, and I can use this technique that way. If I'm adding logos or signatures within Photoshop, then here's an additional way of creating that technique. So I'm going to delete that layer and go back to my logo and select all, choose the paintbrush, come up here to Edit and define brush preset. So this one has already been named the preset, so I'm going to take the PNG off because I actually don't need that, and press OK. So at this point it added it right here at the bottom. So I'm going to go back to my image. In my image, I'll go ahead and add a new layer. And I will go to my paintbrush. And once I click on the paintbrush, my different options show up. So as you can see, I have created additional other logos. This one is my actual logo. And then another signature, a couple signatures on here, as well as my website. Now this can be typed in pretty easily, but this way I don't have to type in and I know it's set and ready to go. So I'm going to go to this signature, and as you can see right now it's large, and you can also see that over here under my colors it is white is on top and black's on the bottom. If you want to switch that, you can switch it there, or you can do the invert of the colors. And so I will go ahead and also adjust the size of the brush, which can be done up here, or again you can transform using the transform tool. So go ahead and place that and go back to this. And if I want to transform that just a little bit more, I can scale it down, I can rotate it, and do all sorts of things to it. So let's show the rotate. And so that allows me to do some different things. I'm going to go ahead and apply, and I can move it as well. Put it into the corner. And so there you have it. There's that logo. I'm going to go ahead and add one more layer and just show you that I could also put my website on here if I decided I was going to use it for the internet. So my actual website is there. And there it is. It's very large, so I'll go ahead and before I actually click the mouse, go ahead and make it closer to the size that I want it to be. And there we have it. And I can also do opacity on that layer if I want it lighter, bigger, anything like that. So as you can see, I can also make it multiples, put it all over my page. And there you have it. Thank you for joining me.